Hey guys, welcome back to yet another podcast. Today we're going to be talking about how many days you should spend in Havana, Cuba. This topic came from...
In Havana, Cuba? No. In Cuba.
In Cuba. This topic came from Gabby. She was the one with this idea. So hopefully you have something to say. I would say right away, 15 days. I don't know you.
15 days, I think it's okay.
Okay.
But we have to explain why.
Okay, tell me why. What are you going to do in Cuba 15 days?
Well, this topic, I think it's very important because it sounds funny, but there are a lot of people who came to Cuba and didn't visit Havana, for example. Every city and every country has its own magic, but there are spots, touristic spots that you really need to visit if you're going to a country.
Okay.
It's the case of Havana, it's the case of Viñales, the case of Trinidad, your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
The case of, I'm thinking of maybe Santiago, the Cienfuegos, for example. These are the 5 cities that you really need to visit, the main ones. And of course, Varadero. Well, which of these ones is your favorite? Trinidad, of course.
Yeah.
Why? Why should people visit Trinidad?
Why not? Once you get there, you're going to have a Trinidad City, which is small, so you can walk around. It's very beautiful. It's very flat.
And it has this mixture of the city and the mountains.
Yeah, you have everything in Trinidad. So you can walk almost every corner, I would say. And it's very colonial. And inside of Trinidad, you have like different activities that are going to take you out of the city, like Toba de Collantes or El Nicho, which is not that like close to Trinidad, but it's worth it. And in Toba de Collantes, you have different activities, like different waterfalls that you need to visit, different caves.
Yeah, in case you didn't know this place, Toba de Collantes is a national park in Trinidad. We're near from Trinidad, Cienfuegos, all this area, full of waterfalls, mountains, and beautiful places.
Yeah. So this is for the people who love hiking and nature.
Like us.
Yeah, like us. So if you love beach, you can go to Playa Con, but it's only... I mean, it's the same that if you come to Havana, you go to Varadero. It's going to be exactly the same thing. And Playa Con from Trinidad is like 30 minutes. So it's very close.
Yeah.
And it's worth it 100%.
Like the Ibis beaches here in Havana.
Yeah, it's the same. But I would say that in Trinidad, for example, you can spend...
How many days?
4 or 5 days. Like, if you
too
want
much.
to do... for me, it hasn't been enough.
Oh.
Yeah, because every single day you can do something new. For example, if you want to go to Topes de Collantes, there are like 4 or 5 different waterfalls. So if you want to go for one, you're going to spend 3 to 4 hours doing the hiking and then going to the waterfalls and coming back. So it's almost 1 day per
And
waterfall.
also the horse riding.
Yeah. All this is included. Actually, most of them in the same way through, the forest to get to the waterfalls, you're going to see the coffee plantations, the tobaccos. The coffee is going to be different to the ones that we have in Havana, but it's similar to the ones that you're going to find in Viñales. It's called Arabic. It's very sweet. And, I don't drink...
It's the kind of coffee, the grain.
Yeah. Oh. So it tastes really good. And you get it like fresh. And you see how they do the takataka.
Do the takataka.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, okay.
So that's my favorite, and that's the one that I will recommend people.
And talk me about the nightlife in Trinidad. You experienced the nightlife?
Yes, there is a place. I didn't, because I'm not a nightlife person, but I know a place that is cave. The name is the cave. Or La Cueva.
I had a friend, Sarah, who stayed in the cave.
And it's basically a cave, but it's a discotheque or a bar, however you want to call it. So people go there nightlife, and they have some parties. It's one of the most famous places, and I would say it's the only one that is like having this kind
super
of...
touristic.
Yeah. But I don't like it because it's not super close to the old town, so you got to walk. And the truth is that Trinidad during the night is not super like safe, I would say.
Yeah.
Because it's dark all the time. So, and actually when I went the last time, we were having the blackouts. So you even could see the tourists lighting with a lantern in the cell phone. That's not safe. So I didn't want to risk myself. So yeah, sure. Trinidad is the canchachara city.
Yeah.
It's the same. I mean, the taste is going to be the same, but it's something more traditional to go there. They actually have a place called canchachara.
Yeah.
So you get there.
I love the canchachara.
And something that you know that in every city they have like a bodeguita de medio.
Yeah.
When I went there the first time, it was like what the heck, bodeguita, but it's the same.
It's the same thing.
It's not that touristic that the Havana one, but
Wow.
it's almost the same. Yeah.
Okay.
And you?
Well, I didn't visit Trinidad. It's one of my...
You don't want to go. I have invited you like so many times.
I want to go. I have to make a budget to go. I want to do a lot of things. So I have to wait to make a good trip. Of course, I will talk about Havana. If you are coming to Cuba, you really need to visit Havana. It's the capital, full of history, full of culture, full of everything that you really need to see if you are visiting Cuba. Of course, the capital. And actually, I truly recommend the tour in the capital. I did it with Yang just a few weeks ago, and it's amazing. You can walk all around the building, know the mysteries about the diamond and all the history behind the construction and the uses that the capital have across the years. It's the basic. Of course, the convertible car tour. If you're visiting Cuba, you really need to do it. 1 hour could be fine, but at least 2 or 3 hours.
How much was the capital tour?
The capital tour is $20 USD per person. You can book your tour just in the building in front of the capital. You can pay with your card, and the tours start at I think 10 a.m. They have another one at 11 a.m. They have the lunch break, and then in the afternoon until 4 p.m.
That's good.
In the same day, I went at 9 a.m., get my ticket, and I did the tour at 10 a.m.
Okay.
So it's not something that you have to do long lines or nothing like that. I was talking about the convertible car. It's a one-time experience, one time in a lifetime. And I think it's amazing. We have the sound behind, but don't worry. The convertible car do this classic tour. It's like, I don't know, you can find them from $35 to $45. It depends the time of the year, the season of the tourist here in Cuba. But you can see all of the Old Town, Centro, you can see Vedado, Plaza de la Revolución, the forest, the Almendares forest. And I think it's very complete and an experience very unique and magical. Also, you can book a photo tour